Hopefully it isn't far away. Alright, we've got F2, F1, F4 tabs, and there is mine, F8. Quickly check the audio if it's working. Audio is working as it should be, and the live stream chat is up as well. So the stream's up, the chat's up, we're all good to go. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to round 10 of the F8 Championship here on PSGL, the penultimate round of the championship. I'm KD1997, your lead commentator for this event, and this time we are racing at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This track was first opened back in 2021, designed by track-making supremer's son, Herman Tilke, Karsten Tilke. This track consists of 3.836 miles. It is the second longest track out of any racetrack on the modern Formula 1 schedule. It also has the most corners out of any racetrack on the modern Formula schedule as well. 27 corners lie around this street circuit. It is also recorded as the fastest street circuit in terms of average speed of 150 miles per hour. The drivers will have to be on their edge of their be on the edge of grip as they go through the windy section of the first sector, and then through the very fast back straight through this fast street circuit. There are 3 DRS zones that lie around this track as well. One that leads down the back straight at turn 19 to turn 22. The other one at the exit of turn 24 that leads into turn 27, the final corner. And then the final one obviously is down the main straightaway that leads into turn 1. So yeah, this will be a very fascinating race as well. Like I mentioned, it's the penultimate round, the championship like in real life we had 2 years ago, so we'll have to, or about a year and a half ago, so we'll have to see how this all fits out. Of course, we got the Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship on the line as well here for tonight. Now, before we go fully focusing on qualifying, there is a little bit of news to go through first from last week's race at Hungary. And if I'll get the incident reports just really fast on my tabs. Sorry, just let me get that up. Right, so the first incident that was reported was the incident between Questro and Aguedo. Those two came together at the first corner. That resulted in a 5-second time penalty for Aguedo and 2 license points. So he's now got 4 license points to his name. The other one was an incident between Aguedo and Max. That resulted in a warning to Max and 1 license point as well. The other one was an incident between Max and Bluty that resulted in a 5-second time penalty and 2 license point for Max diving down the inside on Bluty and gaining an advantage. So Aguedo was demoted then from P5 to P10. Max was demoted then from P2 to P. Let me make sure of this. From P2 down to P4. And then the other incidents that were reported, there was Aguedo and Mitri that resulted in no further action because Mitri had no control of his car during the session. And like I mentioned, we have a championship fight on our hands here for the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. Let's go over them real quickly. So, in the lead right now is Aguedo on, excuse me, on 82 points. That's followed by Jesler in second with 65 points. It's 17 points. He is 17 points behind our current championship leader. And then in third is Jorduzzi on 60 points, who is absent for this race. So he's most likely going to be out of the Drivers' Championship hunt as well. Playtendo is in fourth with 57 points, followed by Dutch Tricks in fifth with 53 points. Tico in sixth, who has been absent for a while. Welcome back, by the way, Tico. He's been on a vacation in America and just made his return, I think, just last week. He is currently sixth of the Drivers' Championship with 41 points, even though he's missed so many races. Max is in seventh with 40 points. And I'm guessing because he's accumulated too many penalty points, Max does deserve a qualifying ban for this race. Juan Lucas is in 8th with 33 points, followed by Jimmy in 9th with 27. And then rounded off is Pataka with 25 points. So, Aguedo, for this scenario, would have to outscore Jesler by just 1 point. However, too, Playtendo also has to outscore. He also has to outscore Aguirre by 8 points, and Dutch has to outscore Aguirre by 13 points in order to keep the Drivers' Championship hopes alive. If none of those things happen, Aguirre will become our F8 Drivers' Champion. In the Constructors' Championship, it is a two-way fight for that. It's currently Red Bull leading the way on 127 points, followed by Aston Martin in second with 108 points. 18 points separating those two. So, if Red Bull outscore Aston Martin by 11 points or more, then Red Bull will become Constructors' Champions in F8. In third is Williams with 69 points, followed by AlphaTauri in fourth with 51 points. There's Alfa Romeo in 5th with 47. Haas in 6th with 37. Mercedes in 7th with 37 points. And then it's Alpine 8th with 33. In 9th is McLaren with 8. And then Ferrari rounds it off with only 3 points. That's it in terms of news. We can now fully focus on this qualifying section. Hello there, Yarmo. Praying that Neil Cindric will score points today here as well. So, we've already got our times on the board. Aguilera leads the way on that. He's got a 127.706, followed by Tico on his return, like I mentioned. He's got a 127.70, only 70, about 7/100 separating those two. Playtender, though, isn't too far away either. He's another driver in the 27, a 27.8, followed by Dutch Strix, Jesler, and Stem driver Questro, Robson, and Ron Lucas, all in the 28s. That's Pataka, Neil Cindric, Zunin, and Bluty, who are in the 29s. And actually, no, Bluty is in the 30s, I may add. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, currently we have a few drivers still on their flying laps at the moment. Trax, meanwhile, looks like he's making his way towards turn 27. And also, it's at midnight as well. That's the first time I've ever seen Jeddah in the midnight conditions. Usually it'd be like around dusk or evening or something like that. Trax will cross the line. We'll set a 1 minute 28.63. Hey, that's not a bad time at all. But still a long way to go, though, to get Aguedo. Meanwhile, his teammate will also make his way through the final corner, back onto the main straight. And we'll end it with a 130.2. Aguedo goes into pit lane, and Bluty follows suit. Jeremy hasn't validated his lap time, so he will not continue forward with this lap unless... I think he might be trying to go for another lap, but we'll have to wait and see. If he pushes, we might just run on board with him to give you a proper tour of the racetrack. Tell you what, it looks like he is. So we're going to run on board with the Haas driver. Give you a tour of the racetrack here around the 3.836 mile circuit. Down the main straightaway, DRS wide open. Big speed, 207 miles an hour, heavy on the brakes, down to third gear, clips the inside apex, up turns 1 and 2. Underneath the building, up towards now turn 3, as he climbs up the gears, down to 5th gear, clips the inside apex, as he goes to turn 4, turn 5, and turn 6. Gotta nail these fast corners here. It's very fast corners, medium to high speed pretty much. Oh, Jeremy did not get a good run there, I don't think, there. Through that sector. Through turn 13 we go. Hug the inside apex. Up towards now turns 14, 15 into the fast chicane of turn 16 and 17. Actually, no, it's more of a slower chicane if I'm totally honest. Through 18, and now into turn 19. This is where you open the DRS again. Then you do 20, 21, and then into the fast 22, 23 chicane. Down to, oh, but he really missed the apex. I think he, yeah, he kind of missed the apex a little bit. That wasn't really the cleanest lap, if I'm totally honest. Sorry, Jeremy, I won't continue with your lap, unfortunately. Tico, actually, he's on a flying lap now. We'll let you go go and use him instead. Alright, like I mentioned, DRS wide open down the main straightaway, up towards turn 1. Let's see what peak speed has got. 208 miles an hour, about 1 mile an hour quicker than Jeremy did through turns 1 and reaching the braking zone of turn 1. You saw him go to second gear at one point there, Tico, as he makes his way up towards turn 3. Down to 4th, short shifting up to 5th, and then through turn 4, turn 5, and then into turn 6. Hug the corners as much as he can, but you gotta go fast with these corners as well. Kept it in 6th gear as he went through the first sector. Up towards now turn 12, and now into turn 13. He's up by 32 thousandths of a second to the first sector. 4th gear, short shifting up to 5th at the mid-apex of turn 13. Through 14, 15, into turn 16 and 17, down to 5th, and then short shifts up to 6th gear at the exit of turn 17. Through 18, and then into turn 19, DRS open again, and then through 21, and then 21 now, up to 22. He's found more time. He's up now by just a tenth of a second. Up towards now the back straight, up to 25, 26, and then 27. One more turn to negotiate for the Aston Martin. Do not want to pull what Max Verstappen did 2 years ago in that sort of quarter. Up in the DRS, up to the line comes Tico. Pulls at a 1 minute 27.580. He is just over a tenth clear of Aguado, occupying pole position. Meanwhile, our championship leader is making his way through turn 12. Clock says he's found over a tenth. Nice healthy improvement there by Aguado. Makes his way around turn 13. Up towards now turns 14 and then turn 15. 6th gear down to 5th. Hugs the inside apex. Gets to that very nice, very smooth by the Red Bull. As he now makes his way up to the second DRS straight. Well, if you want to call it straight, that is. Aguado is up by only 91,000. He's actually lost time in that middle sector. See if he can find any more time in this final sector. As also play tender wins the pit lane. I noticed there he bailed on his current lap. I did see him when he was on a flying lap according to the minimap. As someone else just came across the line. I think that was one Lucas there. Did a 1 minute 28 flat. Aguado only improves by 67 thousandths. 1 minute 27.640. Westro, he looks like he already improved. He improved to a 28.1. Dutch Tricks bails on the lap, goes into the pit line. Jesler, last week's race winner at Hungary, who dominated Hungary as well. Oh, he's got a car in front, but he will get a sneaky toe from the Red Bull. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, only P4 is the highest he can go. 1 minute 28.008. And Jimmy also follows suit behind with a 1 minute 28.175. Puts himself into 7th. Robson's not really on a flying lap. Neil Cindric, he's invalidated his current lap, so he won't be having this lap count. Trax, meanwhile, is up by nearly over 5.5 tenths to the middle sector, making his way now up towards the final couple of turns with DRS wide open. Peak speed from the McLaren, 207 miles an hour as he reaches the final corner of turn 27. DRS will be wide open. Up to the line comes the McLaren. Will set a 127.859. A very nice lap by Trax. That's honestly the highest I've ever seen him so far in this whole series. So well done to you so far. Usually I've seen him towards the back, but no, he's actually been, looks like he's found some sort of pace here in this track. Must really like it. A lot, excuse me. As far as I've known, from the chat I was looking at, everyone seems to be really like this track. I mean, you would like this track if it's more of if you have a wheel. It's definitely a wheel circuit. But on pad, it's a bit tricky, mainly for the first sector because of how fast those corners are. You got a lot of medium to high speed corners around Jeddah. That's definitely for sure. And the thing is too about this place, it's not really like a street circuit that's used for public roads. It's actually built-in tarmac that they put on the Corniche seafront here in Jeddah. quite interesting how they actually did it. Sem Driver will now begin his flying lap. He's got about 4 minutes on the clock. I think if he doesn't really get a run in here on this lap, then he will have his quality session over, because it's a very long out lap to in lap around Jeddah. Around turn 6, 7, 8, 9. Look how fast this car is just going through those corners. It's unbelievable how fast it goes. Just on the edge of grip. Sem Driver, meanwhile, is up by just over a tenth and a half to the first sector, making his way up towards now turn 15 to 16 and 17 we go. Fifth gear up to sixth gear on the exit of turn 17. Light against the walls there. Just like how fast these cars just go at a track like this. It's just like you are really on the edge of just trying to push to these cars to the absolute limit. Oh, and speaking of which, he pushed a little too high there, Sem Driver. He was up by over 3/10, and well, that lap has now been officially ruined. But I think he'll have one more go if he wants to go for another flying lap. He's got about less than 3 minutes to go, so he needs to get in now and then get back out quickly before a minute and 25 left on the clock. And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going into pit lane. Meanwhile, the Broken, a new driver I've never seen before. He is making his way down the main straight. He has yet to even set a lap time, but let's see what he can do as he makes his way through turns 1 and 2. Fourth gear all around turns 1 and 2. That's definitely typical I've seen around Jeddah, around those corners. Around turn 3, up towards turn 4, turn 5, then turn 6, and turn 7 we go. Sixth gear, you can definitely see him. He's not trying to go full throttle. He's modulating as he goes through the fast corners. Up towards now the first sector split. 32.2, that's not really a quick first sector, if I'm totally honest. Let's see if he can find any more time. The back end nearly steps out as he exits out of turn 13. The car's just twitched at the exit of the corner as he makes his way around turn 17 into turn 18. Tico's getting ready. Aguedo is on a flying lap as well. Platendo has gone on a flying lap as well. Aguedo up to the first sector. The clock says for him. He's up by nearly a tenth and a half to the first sector. Broken's coming through turn 25. Tico, oh, he's bailed on the lap. I think he'll have to go again, though. He has time to go again. How about Platendo? What are you up to? As he makes his way up to the first sector, the clock says for him, he's up by just over a tenth of a second. That's a very fast first sector as well by Platendo. Broken crosses the line. It's only 10th fastest for him. Meanwhile, what about Dutch? He's up. He's down actually by 0.02 to the first sector, and there's a car that just spun, I think. Was that Bluty, I think, that caused those yellows? Yeah, it was Bluty that caused yellows. Aguilero's up by nearly 0.2 of a second. This is definitely looking pole. Oh, his Platendo had to deal with traffic. I think that distracted him. Oh, dearie me. Aguilera, though, what is he going to do? Up to the line? It's up to pole. 1 minute, 27.402. 37 seconds to go, though. Tico. Oh, I think he's going to be tight on time. Platendo, though, will go again. Or is his lap okay? Let's see. We're about to find out. He is pushing still. DRS open up to the line. It's only third fastest for Platendo. A 1 minute 27.592. Clap by tracks, or VRT tracks, I should say, is on a fly line. Jesler, first sector split says for him. He's down by 36,000 to the first. How about one Lucas, though? He's coming up to the line as we speak, as he will get the lap going. He had 5 seconds to go as he crosses the line, so he got there just in time. There is so much traffic everywhere you look here. Oh, his tracks doesn't validate his lap. He's not going to have that lap count. Platendo has touched the wall. That's it. I think that might be quality over there. He pushed a little bit too hard. Tico. He has got to the line just in time. Let's see what he does to the first sector. As he comes up to the first sector split, the clock says for Tico, he's up by 73,000. His teammate, meanwhile, is up by nearly 0.2 of a second as he heads around the final corner. Jimmy goes fourth fastest, a 1 minute 27.631. Jesler goes fifth fastest, 1 minute 27.854. Only 0.05 of a second separate between himself and Trax. Man, that's close. Tico making his way up to the middle sector. The clock says he's up by over a 1/10.5 to the middle sector. He needs to find a few more hundreds if he wants to claim pole position. As he makes his way down the final DRS straight. Someone I think just improved there. That was Neil Cindric there. Actually, he just improved to a 1 minute 28.320. Tico, though, can he find another few hundreds? Opens DRS up to the line. No, he can't. He loses time in the final sector. Misses at pole by just over 1/10 of a second. Wow. Gee whiz. 4.5 tenths are separated from P1 to P7. From 5th to 7th is like just separated by a few hundreds. That's how close qualifying is around Jeddah, especially for a track that's 3.8 miles. That's incredible. But it's Aguilera, our current championship leader, on pole by just over a 1/10 of a second. A crucial pole for the sake of his championship. Tico will start in second. Playtender will start in third. That's followed by Jimmy, Lucas, Jesler, Trax, Trix, Questro, Rupson, Semdriver, Broken, Neil Cindric, Pataka, Jeremy, Tristan, Bloody, Zunin, and then Max, who's served a quality ban, will have to start from the very back of the grid. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely interesting race, I reckon, here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. As I've got communicating with online services. Now that's gone. Alright, so while we wait, let's give you a little quick rundown of our sponsor, GT Omega, who is our leading manufacturer of gaming peripherals, from gaming chairs to sim racing cockpits, to improve your gaming with GT Omega. Go check them out at www.gtomega.com.uk and use the code word PSGL at checkout for 5% off your purchase on GT Omega products. To learn more, go to their Twitch page at GT Omega TV, or follow them, follow them on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GT Omega Racing. As expected here at Jeddah, is dry here. Although I have seen wet weather racing before here at Jeddah, but we won't get that here tonight. Alright. So, drivers all getting their setups ready to go. Yeah, get them all ready to go. Figure out what tire strategies they want to get on as well. No formation lap, of course. It's just straight to the race. Alright, clock's at 0, so here we go. We're straight to the race. We have 25 laps in front of us here at Jeddah and 5 red lights. And we are go here at Jeddah. Nice start by the championship leader, Aguilera. He blitzes off the line as they make their way to turn 1. Jesler trying to go down the inside into turn 1 and 2. My goodness, cars are shuffling about, trying to sort themselves out. Tico is in second. Jimmy up to third. He's ahead of his teammate. Playtender down to fourth. Jesler stays where he is. And there's an incident in the back as well. That's Neil Cindric and Broken. That's had an incident at turns 3 and 4. Oh, dearie me. They've gone down towards the bottom of the field there. Max is up to 14th already after just a few corners. Aguilera, though, with a nice getaway, though, but he's going to have Tika for company. Jimmy up to third already. Nice start by Jimmy. I think he started from, if I remember, 6th on the grid. He's up to third. Playtender just behind as well. I'm sure, though, he would want to tell his teammate, hey, I'm also fine for the Drivers' Championship, too. I need to get by you and need to get close to that Red Bull in front. Right now, it looks like Jimmy's got some really good pace. He's pulling away from his teammate, as a matter of fact, as they now make their way underneath the hotel complex and then up towards now through the in between the lagoon and the Red Sea as they make their way up to the final corner to end the first lap of 25. And it is our championship leader, Aguirre, that leads the first lap by half a second. And what do you know? Most of the drivers on hard compound tires. Two of them are me, and that is Jeremy and Tristan. And I'll keep the tire graphic up, of course, because everyone seems to want that up. Meanwhile, oh, hang on, Jesler. He's in the pit lane. That's crucial. The driver that's fighting in the championship, he's second in the championship, has sustained some sort of damage. Or is it a tactical stop? No, he's actually gone in for a tactical stop. That's a quick stop if it was for throwing damage. Right, that's interesting. So Jesler gonna gamble already on a quick pit stop. Hopefully to get a massive undercut, it seems. That's something I was not expecting. As the car shuffled away around turn 13. See if we can look at the positions game real fast. Patuka's made the most out of, or actually no, Max has made the most out of anybody. He's up 6 places at the end of the first lap. From 19th, he's up to 13th place. The biggest loser, well, so far the biggest loser is Jesler, even though he didn't really sustain damage. Not from what I saw when he went into the pit lane. Jeremy now overtakes Sam Driver. That's at turn 21. He now moves himself up into 11th place. Top 10, remember, to score points here in PSGL. As they now make their way up towards now turn 27. Some of the back midfield. DRS, of course, will be enabled on the next lap. If you're within a second to the car in front, you will get the aid of that rear wing to open DRS. And Tico is showing right now he's got good pace. He did set the fastest lap as well. As they now make their way up towards turn 3. Just needs to stay within tabs of that Red Bull as best as he can. But right now it is looking good for our championship leader. He's in the lead, and more importantly, he's in front of his current rivals. The two Williams, though, are losing a bit of touch, though, to the top 2. They now make their way around turn 13. Jimmy, though, won't get DRS, though, from what it's looking like. He needs to get underneath that second range. It's 1.1 seconds. I don't think he's going to get it. He's just over that. Tico, though, will get the DRS as they now make their way up towards now turns 22 and 23. You can see Jeremy has also used a ton of battery. I could tell from the flashing red line on the back of the Williams. So he used up a lot of that battery in the first couple of laps. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble, I think. Because he's definitely going to lose range to the top 2. Speaking of which, Tico, does he line up a move on Aguedo? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, gee whiz. Robson tries to go around the outside of Questra there. It's a drag race to turn 1. Dutch also overtakes Trax. That's for 5th. Questra goes ahead of Robson. Max trying to follow suit to the inside of Questra. Oh, Patuka, sorry. At turns 1 and 2. But can he make the move stick? No, he cannot. Jeremy, though, is going to be right next to him. Actually, now goes behind him. Wisely goes behind. Yeah, you don't want to overtake around that corner, that's for sure. Not a really overtaking spot. Guys shuffling around turns 8, 9, and 10. Up to turns 11 and 12 we go. Here comes Max. He's using the taps. He looks to the outside. Goes to the outside, but Patuka breaks later. Sticks in front of the Alfa Romeo. Doesn't mean Max is going to give up. I've seen how aggressive he can be. They're showing as well. Patuka's been parking the bus. As a matter of fact, contacted into the wall goes the pair of them. Oh, that was so silly of them. Patuka parks the bus. Max tried to go down a gap that wasn't really there, and they both go into the wall. Fortunately, though, no further damage, it seems. Oh, just silly driving, though, I think, by both of them. Or whether Patuka didn't mean that intentionally when he went slow through the corner. Which if he did, that's understandable. Probably just doesn't have a better setup through there. But yeah, Max should have known better though, not to go through that gap. He had nowhere to go. And yeah, as a result, he's got a 5-second penalty and goes to the pit lane. He will need a safety car though to get him back in this race. Yeah, that was just never going to work at all. Neil Cindric also gets a 3-second penalty as well. He's now the third driver to get a penalty as well. And Max goes on to a set. Oh, he's crashed out of the pit lane. He's out, I think. Or is he retired? Oh no, he's retired on track. I thought he actually retired in the pits. And then I saw the car was moving. Never mind. Right, so Max has given up, so he's gonna end up being our first retirement. Well, that's definitely also going to be a penalty too, because you're not allowed to retire on track. Alright. Deco trying to close up with DRS. See, he's got, what is that, maybe about 65%? 67%. He's got a battery. Aguedo, he's got actually a good amount as well. Safety car's been deployed. Safety car has been deployed. Now what is this for? Is what I like to know. That someone sustained some damage that I didn't see. Or was it because of Max's AI? Oh, hello. There's a few drivers coming in. Jeremy's coming in. Tristan is in. Nilsson has got another penalty. This time a 5-second penalty. Penalty. Ah, that explains. He destroys front wing, and yeah, that's caused a safety car. Patuka's in. Well, we all know who this really hurts. This hurts Jeremy, Jesler there. Okay, I actually take the gamble and see if he actually did pit under the safety car. Or, not under the safety car. If he did pit on the first lap for damage. Alright. Gotta be brave here. Let's see. Okay, so... Oh, Jesler did pit again for damage. Okay, so he was trying to go for an undercut. He got damaged when he came out of his outlap, and then, okay, I did not notice that. That makes sense why he had a 4.5-second gap to the next car. But yeah, because of Neil Cindric causing the safety car, thanks to him breaking his front wing, yeah, we're gonna have the field bunched up again. And Jeremy and Tristan are on the hard tire. They were the two that started on the mediums, if I remember correctly. Patuka, Neil Cindric, Zunin, and Jesler are on medium tires. The drivers from 13th to 18th are the only ones that did pit under safety car conditions. Although, to be fair, I'm not totally surprised that we do have a safety car, because I do expect safety cars to happen around a track like this. Especially for how fast and how demanding Jeddah really is. I love that shot, by the way, there. That still shot looking over those little buildings there at the final corner. It just looks so cool. Even though this game is what it is, I will give Codemasters fair credit about how they basically make it look. Like, especially the street circuits, just how the detail looks around this track, a track like this. Just looks really good. But yeah, if you go to other tracks like, well, other street circuits, I should say, like Baku, Singapore, Monaco, or Melbourne, like, they do a really good job with the detail of, like, the cities and stuff. And, of course, with the tracks as well. Like Silverstone, Coda, and whatnot. Now, they do a very good job of that. Just wish they made a better product, if I'm totally honest. Alright. So, we've got about 19 more laps left into this race. So I expect a lot of the hard runners that's currently still out, that's still yet to stop, will pit around the halfway mark. So that would be like on lap 13 and 14. It's more than likely. And right now, as it stands, where the drivers are at right now at this point, Aguilera will claim the Drivers' Championship. However, though, where Tico is, it's going to be more than likely that the Constructors' Championship might still continue. Because remember, in the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull have to outscore Aston Martin by 11 points or more in order for them to get the Constructors' Championship. Alright, here we go. The safety car is coming back in this lap. And right now, speaking of that too, it's probably not been those two that have been like the more dominant drivers in this whole race. Tico's been doing well following the Red Bull of Aguilera. So yeah, we have a Red Bull and Aston Martin 1-2 at the moment. Then of course we got the two Williams behind them as well, Jimmy and Platendo. They've been having themselves a good solid race. And here we go, Aguilera's dropped the gates and we're back under green flag racing here in Jeddah. Broken overtakes Questioner. I think that was before the control line. You got to give the position back, and yep, he does do that. And into the pits goes Sem Driver. He must have sustained some damage or something. Robson, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellows. Platendo and Dutch Tricks are side by side. Hey, up towards turn 3. Oh my goodness me, that is ballsy, but he made it work. Dutch Tricks moves up into 4th. Gained by Platendo at turn 3. Wow. Wasn't totally expecting that, but there you go. Platendo's now dropped down to 5th place. Oh, more yellow flags. There's a few drivers out there. Neil Cindric, Patuka, and Jeremy have had some sort of incident there at turns 9 and 10. Or at least from that area, it looks like, yeah. Wonder what happened to those three. They had a little coming together or something. 8/10 of the margin. Tico needs to stay within that, underneath that second to be within DRS range. I think he's got a good car though for straight line speed though, Tico. Into his fair credit. Jesler overtaking Tristan, that's for 12th place. Alright. He needs to get going quickly. Needs to get going. He's also the leading driver that has already pitted. I think he could go to the end, but it's gotta be a bit of a stretch. Is that a VSC that's been deployed? Yeah. No, it's a safety car again. Safety car has been deployed already, and we didn't last the lap in this time. Zunan's into the pit lane. It's tactical stop because no front wing change. Same with Patuka. Has Neil Cindric broke his front wing again? Let's have a look. He's done it again. He's broken his front wing again. You are kidding me. And of course he's waiting because he has to serve that 5-second penalty before the crew can get the car up, which they do. Wow, and we didn't even last a lap in this time. So what do the leaders do now? Can they pit here? I think they can. I think that from here they can definitely pit to the end of the race. Nice little air shot though, looking over the circuit, looking over the hotel complex. And then in between the lagoon on the left and then on the right side there's the Red Sea. Oh, that is absolutely spectacular. Just, Jeddah looks so good at midnight. My goodness. That's just amazing. Alright, let's see what happens here. They have to come in, surely. Yep, that's what everyone's doing. Aguilera's in. Tico's in. Jimmy's in. Dutch is in. Platendo, though, stays out. He doesn't want to get the double stack. Trax is in. Lucas, Robson, Westro, Broken, Flutie, so Red Bull are going to have to double stack. And Geller's back into the pits, so Aston Martin might have to double stack as well. And McLaren too. They had the double stack too. There you go. New tires on for a lot of the cars. Medium tires for most of them. Jeremy moves a Dodge. Oh, well, no, he gives out the position. He goes off the track. Maybe from what happened was, I guess, Dodge must have got him out at the pit lane exit line. But Jeremy overtook him, and then, yeah, you can see that Dodge gave him a little bit of a gesture saying thank you. Yeah, because probably the game just judged it unfairly, but good sportsmanship then from Jeremy. Well, Tendo's going to have to pit now. Yeah, this safety car, though, has really screwed Jesler. He would have had a massive undercut on the leaders, even though he would have been on older mediums. This has kind of screwed him a little bit, because now he's not only 13th, Aguero still is at the front. Yeah, remember, Jesler has to outscore Aguero by just 1 point in order to keep the Drivers' Championship alive going into Brazil next week. Tendo continues to stay out. He doesn't want to go in just quite yet. He might gamble on another safety car, probably. I'm probably going to say that's what he's going to try to do. Of course, we also got multiple streams going on as well for this race, as we always do in PSGL. But if you're new to this, and if you're new to watching F8, welcome along. Glad to have you watching this race here. We're on lap 11 of 25 here at Jeddah. Currently right now it's Tendo that's leading, but he has to make a stop. So pretty much your provisional leader is our current championship leader, Aguero. If you don't know the stakes, Aguero has to outscore Jesler by just 1 point, but he's also got 2 other drivers that's fighting mathematically. Tendo has to outscore Aguero by 8 points, and then Dutch Tricks has to outscore Aguero by 13 points or more. If none of those things happen, though, Aguero will become the Drivers' Champion. And if the Constructors' Championship is a two-way fight between Red Bull and Aston Martin. If Red Bull outscore Aston Martin by 11 points or more, then it's Red Bull claiming the Constructors' Championship here as well. If not, it will carry on to Brazil. It's the same story. If none of those things happen for the Drivers' Championship, that will also carry over to Brazil. Alright, here we go again. Safety car is in this lap. And Tendo will weave about, lead the field. Car number 50. Excuse me. Car number 56. He's going to have some cars that are behind him on fresh medium tires that are going to be exceptionally quick. See when that Williams goes, keep your eyes on them as they make their way around the final turn. We'll get back onto the main straightaway. Tendo has decided not to go yet. He's going now. We're back at the green. Once again here at Jeddah, Aguero was not falling asleep off the race restart. He's right behind the Williams as a matter of fact as they make their way up towards the first quarter. Oh, it's Jimmy trying to go down the inside of Tico there. There was contact and he spins. Oh dear, oh dear. Half spins at the exit of turn 2. He plummets down to last place after being in the top 5. through turn 9, turn 10, up towards turns 11 and 12. You can definitely see the advantage of the mechanical grip of the medium tires compared to Plate Tendo's old hards. All the way up towards now turn 13. Down towards turn 15, 16, and 17. Sorry, I had a little bit of a pause there for a moment. Aguero though needs to get by that Williams as quickly as he possibly can. And through turn 22, 23. As Zunin overtakes Jimmy. I think that, or was it Neil Cindric overtook him? I'm not entirely sure. Some shuffling going on the bottom. Meanwhile, some movement at the top as well as Aguero goes to the outside. He now retakes the lead of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Cantiga find a way by against the Williams. Heading up towards the first corner. Has the tabs open. Here he comes. Chucks it in deep, maybe too deep. Oh, dearie me, he has to cut the corner there just a little bit. He plants the car, though, right in front of Plate Tendo, and as a result, he was compromised by Dutch Tricks. And Plate Tendo moves down from second to fourth. Tigo outbraking himself, locked up, compromised his run, compromised Plate Tendo's run, and as a result, that happened there. Plate Tendo's losing 2 more spots. Aguero and Tico now 1-2 all over again, but he's also got Dutch Tricks for company as well, as Robson gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting in an illegal game place. Oh, 1 game place. And through turn 19, 20, 21, a little aerial shot again, looking over the circuit. Up towards now the Lagoon and the Red Sea. What was a 2-way fight is now going to be looking like a 3-way fight for the top spot. Tracks overtaking Jeremy there. Down the inside he goes at turn 27. He gets in front of the Haas. He now moves himself up into 5th place. Dutch Tricks sets fast lap, 1 minute 31.646. As DRS is now re-enabled again. Juan Lucas now overtaking to the inside of turn 1. He'll have the outside line for turn 2. Jeremy, though, not having the pace on those hard compound tires. It's definitely showing. Well, Sika nearly hit the wall there at turn 10. He nearly bumped it there. Me. Alright, out of turn 13 to 14, 15 to 16 and 17 we go. Tico's used up a lot of his battery, not all of it, a lot of his battery. Aguero though has got heaps of it to use. I think Tiga's got a good straight car in a straight line. He looks very quick down the straights. Just needs to close up a little bit. Dutch Tricks though isn't too far away. What's your situation? He's got about over 60% of battery. And Jesler meanwhile overtakes Bluty, but he overshoots the turn at turn 27. That's going to give Bluty a little bit of a run. They're side by side. Jesler's out of battery as well. You can tell from the flashing red line on the back of the Aston. Broken overtakes Quesho. Jesler, though, keeps it. Can he keep it into turns 1 and 2? The position. He's still wheel to wheel with Bluty. Yes, he gets in front. He's now into the point. He's into 10th. Neil Cedric, another penalty. 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Pataka, oh, what's happened to him? Oh dear, he spun at turn 7. Losing control. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate there for Pataka. Tico needs to keep good pace with the Red Bull. He doesn't want to get that Red Bull have that Red Bull pull it away. And up to turns 22, 23 we go. 6/10s. He will get DRS again down this back straight, and he will get it again down the main straightaway. Yellows, Jimmy's out of the race. He's crashed at the exit of turn 22. Safety car has come out yet again as Plate Tender overtakes Trax. But I think Trax was ahead of him before. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe the game might have confused him a bit. And the field's going to bunch up as well, because the safety car has just come out as they were coming down the main straightaway. Plate Tender now takes the opportunity to pit, and it's going to be medium tires on the go. But he's on fresher tires. Jeremy's in, Seb Driver's in, Neil Cindric's in, and Pawtucket is in. Yeah, Jeremy though crashing out at turns 22 and 23, and he is out of the race. Becomes our second retirement here in Jeddah. Gee whiz. Also nice shot as well, looking over turn 13. Seeing that outward shot of the Red Sea. Although in the real life Grand Prix, or in the real life track, that grandstand doesn't really exist. I don't know why it's still there. Codemasters haven't really fixed that. Excuse me. Alright. Oh, I don't know why I'm fiddling with that. Alright, so 10 more laps left into this race. Still got a bit of ways to go. We'll run you through the order real quickly. So we got Aguero that's leading again. Tico's in second, Dutch is in third. Trax in fourth. He's had actually a really good race. I will say Trax has. This has actually been his best race, I think, so far. Juan Lucas at fifth, followed by Broken, who also started from outside the top 10. He's up to sixth. He's had a really good race. Questioner in seventh, followed by Jesler, Bluty, Robson, Tristan, Zunin. Plate Tender, who just made a stop, is down to 13th place. He's going to have some work to do. Followed by Jeremy, Neil Cindric, Sam Driver, and then Pataka. Dear, oh dear, what sort of drama have we got in store for this conclusion of the race? And right now, as it stands though, I know I've been repeating this quite often, but as it stands right now, Aguero would be in a spot to claim the Drivers' Championship, but the Constructors' Championship could still continue. Because right now, yeah, Bluty's down in ninth. I don't remember if Constructors' points count for reserves. But either way, I don't think it would matter. But yeah, either way, yeah, the Constructors' Championship would still keep going, but as it stands, if the race were to finish like as it is, yeah, the Drivers' Championship would be sealed for Aguado. Considering that Aguado, at the start of the season, was a reserve driver, and he didn't drive this car, he drove with the Williams. In his home Grand Prix, won that race. And he's just been also consistent, he's been on form as well. Ever since he joined full-time at Red Bull. Alright, here we go again. Safety car is back in this lap. We'll get going on lap 18 out of 25 here in the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Safety car peels back into pit lane. And the cars behind that were behind it will get going again. Aguilera will lead the field. See when he goes. Whoa, as Tico nearly runs at the back of the Red Bull. Same with Trax and the McLaren. Nearly ran to the AlphaTauri. Cars shuffling about as well. Bit of a different restart from Aguilera. The cars are all jumbled up. Gee whiz, that's not... I don't know about that. That's not really the clearest restart, if I'm totally honest. As we're back into green flag conditions again. Here comes the AlphaTauri Pro-Kit, sorry. Try to get down the inside. Jesler off the track goes somebody there. Spinning is the McLaren of Trax. At turn 2. Oh no. The man. Oh, and more damage at the front. Robson's got front wing damage. In fact, he's got none at all. His teammates also been involved. Dear, oh dear, what's happened? Actually, Robson actually got through it okay, from what it looked like. No damage, although I think he might have got caught up in some bits. Zoom in and Plateno overtakes the Ferrari. Jesler's up to 7th place at the restart. How has he done that? Gee whiz. He was at 13th at one point in this race. He's already up towards the top 10. He's now got to deal with Broken and Questro. He really needs to get a move on is what he needs to do. Up towards now, turn 27. Juan Lucas, though, might be involved as well in this fight. It's now looking like a four-way fight. Sam Driver, Zunin, side by side. Up towards the final corner. Alfa Romeo to the inside. He gets in front, or trying to. Oh, Zunin missed the apex. There, nearly collects his teammate of Neil Cindric. Up towards now the first corner. Gets in front. Platendo looking, can't get it by Bluty into turn 1. Oh dear. As soon as I said Trash was having a good race, that happens at turn 2. Leads to turn 3. Oh, that's such a shame. I got a mistake in that corner actually. Turn 3 is the little kink at the exit 2. Turn 4 is where that left-hander leads into the fast sweeping corners. I've kind of said that all night. I've just remembered. Oh, Sam Driver looking interested into the inside at turn 13. Oh, but oh, gee whiz. Platendo grazes the wall there at the exit 13. He has to get by that Red Bull quickly. He's opening the tabs, then turns it off. And now make the way up towards turns 22 and 23. Jeremy's got a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. Alright, see if Platendo can find a way by. That Red Bull's got some speed down the straights. Can the Williams go around the outside? He's trying to the outside of turn 27. Can he make the move stick there? Yes, he can. What a move by Platendo. Nice move. He's also on young tires, remember, compared to the top. Oh, gee whiz. Sendrara nearly looked for a move there on Bluty. There at turn 1. Yep, it's now, well, for the first half of the race, it was a top 2 fight. Then in bid, it was the top 3. Now it's the top 4 fight. Someone's lost places there from what it looked like. That was Bluty, I think. They may have lost some spots. Or Semdrive, I'm not entirely sure. There's a Ferrari that's gone off the track. That's Zunin. As Pataka gets a bit of a run, but he's compromised. Cannot get through there. Jesler now overtakes Broken. This time at turn 14 to the outside. That also is pretty ballsy there. Nicely done for sure. Alright. And the DRS is active as well for the Aston Martin. The top 4 also have DRS following Aguedo. And here comes Jesler. Looks right. Plate tender over. Oh, what's happened towards the back? Something's happened. Fluty's happened. Is what's happened there? He spun at turn 24. A few other cars were shuffling about, I noticed. Well, Fluty was the one I saw that came out worst, I guess. Guessing a lot of cars had to avoid him. Meanwhile, Questioner looking to the outside of the Aston Martin. Oh, but the Aston squeezes him to the inside apex at turn 2, but he gets to run at turn 3. Jesler does. Stays in front. That's a bit of a squeeze, if I'm totally honest. And Tico, he's lost time. Oh, and he shoots himself with the foot as well. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Dear, oh dear. Going through that first sector there. Using whatever track limits were there, and Spatuka now falls, gets a 3-second penalty. And he's also out of DRS range. Track sets fastest lap in 16th place. Here goes the Red Bull. Sam Driver overtakes Zunin. I think the Aston Martin should have DRS. Yes, he does. He just ticked under that going into the DRS detection zone. Yeah, so now he's got to get ahead of Aguero and fill the 3-second gap. But with a track like this, that's too hard, if I'm totally honest. He really has put on the taps. Did you see how much he pulled away from Dutch? That really shows how much straight line speed he's got in that Aston Martin. He pulled about a few tenths, and Dutch had DRS. Up to the first corner there. Pretty much all Aguero seems like all he has to do is bring the car to the finish, I think, at this point. Neil Cindric overtakes Broken. He moves up into 8th place, ahead of the AlphaTauri. Yellows are out again. That looks like to be Jeremy, I think. Yep, destroyed his end plate. No safety car, of course. Even though we've had safety cars because of the Ferrari of Neil Cindric. Well, 2 of the safety cars happened because of him. The last one was because of Jimmy crashing out at turns 22 and 23. I don't think Tico got a good run there out of turns 16 and 17. You saw how much he had to compromise his run. Up towards now 22, 23. Aguero keeping calm. Getting through this at least. Trax gets the 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, Jesler's too far away from this top 4. One Lucas is falling back from this top 3 fight. Just a little bit, but he's still within DRS range. Up to turn 1. Broken. Oh, he spun. Or had something happen to him there at the final corner. Plate Tender overtakes Jesler there at turn 1. He now moves up to 5th place. I believe that'll probably be the only thing that he'll have a good enough result for. Is that. Just 5th place. Neil Cindric overtakes Queso for 7th. What's going to happen here between the Aston Martin and this Red Bull? Tico has got a 3-second penalty. Oh, and again, not a great entry there into turn 16. Like the last lap, he had to compromise his run, and he's lost 3/10 to the Red Bull. Yellows are out again. That's Zunin that's spun. This time at turn 13. Into the barriers. Gets going again, though. Alright. Next time by, 2 more laps to go. Oh, it's Tico really deep on the brakes there at turn 27. He really is confident. Fluty overtakes Zunin for 14th. He's used up all the tabs as well. Here he comes. Not close enough, though, to attack the Red Bull. Aguero doesn't have a great deal of battery either. He's down to nearly 10%. Yeah, so Tico and him are about the same even amount of battery. Yeah, now it's become a top 2 fight again, but unfortunately Tico, with his 3-second time penalty, yeah, it's kind of ruined his chances a little bit. That's not going to help either, that little mistake there at the exit of turn 13. He needs a good run somewhere. He gets a much better run out of turns 16 and 17. Yellows are out again, that's for tracks. That's at turn, looks like that's at turn 3. Turn 2 leading to turn 3. To 22 and 23 we go. 5.5 tenths is the margin. Yeah, both cars flashing their lights. Same with Dutch as well. He's also flashing his lights, but he doesn't have a great deal of straight line speed compared to the top 2. Alright, we're on to the final lap. Here we go. Aguero just needs to bring the car to the finish. That's all he has to do. He doesn't really necessarily need to win, even though he looks like he will. He just needs to bring the car to the finish line, and the championship is his. Pataka overtakes his teammate. Oh, his teammate shuffling about, trying to fight Sem Driver into the first corner. Sem Driver looking for the overrun to there at turn 2. I don't think he's got a good run. No, he does not. He has to back out. Oh, but the Mercedes goes deep. There goes Sem Driver into the inside of turn 6. He gets by. All right. Meanwhile, towards the front, Aguero holding on by 0.6 of a second. Yeah, what an absolute good campaign it has been for the Red Bull driver. 3 wins out of the whole trot. Didn't start off as a reserve driver, I should say. Won his home race. Won the other 2 races in Austria and Baku. Has been really the more consistent driver in this entire championship, and it's proven to as well. And he's on course for not just victory number 4, but also what's going to be the championship for the Spaniard. Aguero down the main straight to the line. Aguero wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and becomes your F8 Drivers' Champion. Big congratulations to the Spaniard. Well done. Dutch Tricks gets second, and Juan Lucas gets third. Tico, not a bad job on the return, but unfortunately that 3-second penalty definitely cost you. Plateno gets 5th, followed by Jesler in 6th place. Sem Driver 7th, followed by Questro, Neil Cindric, Bataka, Broken, Robsol, and Tristan. Zunin will cross the line in 14th place. Ludi in 15th, and the Traxton Jeremy. Aguero, though, is now your season 33 F8 Drivers' Champion. What an absolutely spectacular season for the Red Bull driver. Spectacular effort from him tonight. And also, Red Bull only outscored Aston Martin by 4 points. So, that does mean the Constructors' Championship will continue. Taka given driver of the day. Not a bad effort, I guess. But all eyes are on this man leaning down to the corridor of celebration. Aguero, 4 victories on the trot for the season, and now a Drivers' Championship in F8. What a moment for him. Wins the championship here in Saudi Arabia Denied. And there are the unofficial results of this Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Aguado wins the race, gets pole, wins the race, and also claims the Drivers' Championship. Well done to him. Dutch Tricks gets second, Juan Lucas in third, followed by Tico, Playtendo, Jesler, Stem Driver, Question, Neil Cindric, Pataka, Broken, Robson, Zunin, Bluty, Trax, Jeremy, Jimmy, and Max Vegas. Yeah, what an absolutely spectacular turn of events for him, for Aguado. Been the more consistent driver throughout this entire championship, and now he's got what he deserves, a Drivers' Championship. Alright, well, I know that Aguado, I would invite Aguado, but he says English isn't very good, so I don't think I'll invite him, unfortunately, even though I would like to, but yeah. I'll see if I can invite the other drivers, though, of Dutch Tricks and Juan Lucas, so just give me a bit of a moment. See if they want to join. If they don't, then that's fine too. They don't have to. But would always like to invite people. Have a little bit of a chat. If I can. Oh gosh, I can't remember how to do this. There we go. Yeah, just give me a bit of a moment. I'm just trying to figure out if why is Juan Lucas's name? Why is it not popping up for me? Oh, whatever. We'll see if we can get Dutch, if he wants to. I at least know his. His isn't too hard. There he is. We'll give them a couple minutes. If they don't want to join, then we will wrap it up. But yeah, no, what a interesting Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, but still what a good race nonetheless. But yeah, no, it was a pretty good race overall. I don't think he's joining, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. But yeah, congratulations, Aguado, for being the Drivers' Champion here in F8. Well done to you, sir. You definitely deserved it. Was the most consistent. I would have had the most wins out of anybody so far, and yeah, no, just a fully deserved championship from you. Well done. But also congrats to the podium sitters, Dutch Tricks and Juan Lucas. Tika, though, he was in a position to fight Aguado, but unfortunately that 3-second time penalty cost him there. But Yeah, no, it was good. Good Saudi Arabian Grand Prix overall. Had some really weird safety cars that came out, but in the end we had a decent race. Alright, and after that, we've now got one more race to go after this. So, until then, I have been K1997. Be sure to tune in as well for the other races as well on PSGL. We got the F1 racing coming, F1 racing going on right now as we speak. Watching the top tier guys in PlayStation go at it at Saudi Arabia. For F8 though, we will wait until next week. And until then, I have been K1997. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We will see you for round 11, the final round of the championship, at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Till then, it is goodbye and take care.